So, we are down to our final playoff series. It's the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets in the finals. Who would have thought? Not you. Stop lying. See, unless you're this guy, ain't nobody thought that this combination of teams were going to be in the finals, let alone Miami themselves, because they are really the Cinderella story of the year. They really came out of left field, being in the play-in, losing their first play-in game, then dropping down to the eighth seed. Most of us thought this would be a harder route, facing the Bucks in the first round, and then they took care of the Bucks in five. Then we're like the Knicks versus the Heat. This is a good matchup. Both teams want it, but the Knicks may have the edge. They have more role players, people that can get up for the games. The Heat won in six, and I must say this was a comfortable six. And then we get to the Boston series, repeat from last year, conference finals, and really Boston just they're so talented as a team that most people would go with them from the rip, not even counting last year how last year went. And Miami Heat, even though they made it very hard for themselves, to me those first three games showed that they were comfortable in this series. The Celtics really gave them a push, but the sixth game, the Celtics didn't deserve to win. The Heat didn't at the same time, but the Celtics, they got lucky for the last buzzer beater, Derek White shot, zero point 0.1 seconds left. But to me, that didn't prove that the Heat weren't about to win this series, because they showed. I feel like from this first series, everyone should have known that they were game, but from the last series going up 3-0, I finally learned that they're game, that they're really trying to take it all, and that they have a good chance of doing it. But the thing is, they're versing what most people see as the most complete team in the NBA, and that's the Denver Nuggets, led by Nikola Jokic, two-time MVP winner, and this is going to be a great series to see all the matchups, how they're going to play against each other, and really in the end who's going to prevail, because we're getting first time wins, first time rings for both star guys. A lot of the people in the roster it will be their first chance to win a ring, and someone's gonna have a happy new is now going to be put in the history books as someone that carried their team to finals, and I can't wait to be a part of that, to see how everything plays out and just to watch the games, because I'm starting to think basketball is about to end very soon, and those are sad times. So I really gotta enjoy this moment, cherish this moment, and be locked in. Most people know his defense is not the best. It certainly can get the job done. Of course, he's not no slouch. He's gonna put the energy in, but if you're gonna poke holes at Jokic's game, the only thing you can look at is his defense, because he is amazing everywhere else. But the thing is, I don't know if Bam's gonna take advantage of that as much, because the past series he has not looked to take advantage of any offensive opportunity he has gotten. He's undersized, and I feel like Jokic, even though he's gonna have to be on the ball defensively still, because they're gonna put him in pick and rolls, they're gonna put him in switches. They're gonna make him a shot blocker. They're gonna make him have to protect the rim. But Bam is not the best person to push the other opposing center to that. Like Jokic before had to deal with Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis was a handful for him. Even though like Anthony Davis had some struggling games, imagine what Bam's games are gonna look like. Bam to me is just not gonna be able to be that effective offensively, because normally he's not always looking for a shot, and he's also not the most efficient person. But I feel like when you're versing Jokic, that's the time for your center to want to eat, to want to take him down to the paint, shoot over him, get him in foul trouble. I hope that Bam is aggressive and wants to take that challenge of trying to get the better of Jokic offensively, but I don't see that happening. So then on the defensive end, that's where Bam shines. That's where Bam shines. But the best offensive player can make the best defender struggle. It is what it is. The NBA is an offensive driven league, and Jokic is the prime example of that. He will get his guys involved, or he will take it to himself. And seeing that Bam is going to be his matchup, even though Bam is great defensively, I feel like Jokic is going to eat the series, because it seems like all the centers he has versed so far they have matched up better against him, because they have that size to deal with him, because Jokic is huge, but they have the height advantage. I'm pretty sure everyone had the height advantage, and they were just able to body Jokic. He can't really easily post up these guys, even though he was making it look easy. Though those are guys you gotta move. But Bam, he's undersized for a normal center. Compared to Jokic, he's small, and I don't know, unless he's getting strips of the ball, he's not gonna block Jokic's shot really. He's not gonna really deter him from his mid-range shot or his pull-up shot right in front of the rim. His floater, I think Bam will struggle to defend Jokic. I'm not gonna say that Jokic is just gonna destroy him, because who knows, Bam could. Really, I feel like there's gonna have to be a team defense, so they're gonna sacrifice the shooters on the perimeter to help Bam out with Jokic, to make him make a play, because I feel like it will be easy for Jokic over Bam. I don't think Bam is gonna have a great series, so if the Miami Heat have a chance, it's going to be up to the other guys. And those other guys are Jimmy Butler, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry. Because Denver, they have a lot of great perimeter defenders too. But I feel like that's where they're going to strike gold, because they're not the best. They have some good perimeter defenders, but not the best. MPJ's not the best. Jamal Murray's not the best. Those are people that, in good situations, you could exploit them. The perimeter guys are going to have to be the ones to bring the Heat through. Denver's also a very high-scoring team. The Heat really are not. They kind of depend on their defense to where they don't have to score a lot, but they're going to hold you to under 100 points. Denver's not that. Denver, they'll get the ball, run up the court, and look for the best shot right away. If you have a good shot, take it. Take it. Don't let the clock run down for no reason. You know what I mean? So, the perimeter guys on Miami, people are going to have to make their threes. Duncan Robinson going to have to come in strong, make his threes. And they're going to have to be really efficient from the field. Denver, to me, is also a team that doesn't foul crazy amounts. So, the free throw battle, you can't expect to win it every time, Miami. So I say the best way for Miami to be successful in this series is rebounding, fast break. Anytime they get a steal, anytime Denver turn over the ball, which they don't do a lot, they have to capitalize. They can't make it waste possessions. They have to capitalize. And it's going to be their shooting. Denver probably has the better shooters, but from the last series, we have seen that Miami is super efficient. The shots they take, most of the time they're making on games where they do well. So I feel like Jimmy Butler's going to have a hard series too, because Aaron Gordon's going to be glued to him, and he gave LeBron a struggle. For the most part, LeBron didn't have an amazing series either, and that a lot of that is because of Aaron Gordon. You don't want Aaron Gordon in front of you. That man, he's really a problem. You don't got to worry about him offensively a lot, but that man can be a pest on defense. So that's someone that they're going to have to look out for. They're going to have to make Jimmy find the best matchup for him, because Aaron Gordon is not that. And Jimmy Butler is going to have to go crazy. We were talking about Jimmy Butler going crazy in the last series. This is the series that they're going to need him. They're going to need him to go ballistic, like he was in the Bucks series. He has to bring back the Bucks series, honestly, because I feel like they have a better chance to win a ring this year than they did in the bubble. That Bubble's Lakers team was ridiculous, and to me, no one stood a chance against them. But this Denver team, even though they look amazing, they look flawless. Having a coach like Eric Spoelstra, very, very, very what's it called? Experienced. You gotta hope that he can find ways to get past Denver, to poke holes at their defense and make it very hard for them on the offense, which Miami could do. So I don't want to write off Miami at all in this series, giving them a real fighter's chance because they have shown that they deserve the chance. I'm more going so deserve because I feel like with my heart I know who I think's gonna win, but I'm not gonna doubt the other team. Heck no. Now let's get into the team that I feel like is gonna take home the Larry O'Brien Trophy at the end of this series. And that is the Denver Nuggets. And the main reason why is simply because they have the best player in basketball on their team. They have Jokic going against an undersized defender, the all defensive team defender. But at the end of the day, it's an undersized Bam against a huge, heavy Jokic. That's not a matchup that's favorable for the Heat at all. The Nuggets should see and want to abuse that matchup right there. And I feel like they're going to prosper off of that alone. The role players in Denver, to me, are more reliable, even though the Heat ones have shown that they've been reliable these couple series. Because Bam and Jimmy will have off nights. Even though they'll lose, the role players will play well. But I think to the degree that their team's winning, I would trust Denver one more. I think they know their role more, and I think they complement their team as a whole more. Jamal Murray is a better two than Bam is the two for Miami. Jamal Murray will be a main hub offensively with Jokic. Their dribble handoff, their pick and rolls, it's gonna be hard to stop. And yeah, defensively, they defend as a team, and they're gonna find ways to make it very hard for Miami to succeed. Miami already struggles offensively. That's why most of their games are low scoring, but it's their defense that makes it close. But I can't see them stopping the Nuggets so far where they're scoring under 100 points consistently every game. And that's a recipe for the Heat to win. So the Denver Nuggets just have to look to be efficient and to score, because most likely the Heat won't be able to catch up with them. And for those reasons, I comfortably have the Nuggets winning in 6. If Miami Heat somehow are able to overcome the Nuggets, I think this is one of the best playoff runs for a team we've ever seen. The 8th seed destroying the 1st seed, beating the 2nd seed, and just defying all the odds coming in from the play-in to win. That's crazy. That's crazy, and that's something to be applauded for forever. There won't be no better ring that's won than this team's. The story behind it is crazy. But then if the Nuggets win, the last 2 MVPs have went to Jokic, and ever since then he's gone slander on his name. He needs to win a chip. He can't only do this in the regular season. He don't perform to crazy levels in the playoffs, and he'll just make everybody eat their words. So regardless of the winner, I'm a fan. I'm a neutral, and I can't wait to watch. Don't know.